ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः शिवतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते रूपेश गोपिकांत राधाकांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो जगत्तानां भावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। So welcome to IBC Siksha. We are going to continue with Bhagavad Gita reading, and we'll start with chapter number 16. Okay. Okay, so in the previous chapter, 15th chapter, we read about a tree. How is that tree? What is the
Inverted
technique?
tree.
Inverted tree. So basically, inverted tree. Roots going up, branches going down, and there are various fruits of that tree. And then, uh, if one wants to go up to the roots, or one wants to go below to the roots, what causes it go up and down? What are the qualities that are mentioned here? So um, that is what is discussed in the 16th chapter. The qualities required by which you can go up or down. Hmm? So let's get into the chapter. It's called the divine and the demonic natures. So as such, the very first word, the divine, means good qualities, and demoniac means bad qualities. The divine will take us to the root and then give us liberation, and the demoniac will keep us entangled and will take us down to the to various branches and leaves of the tree. That's it. One will be very difficult to come out of it if we have the demoniac qualities. In this regard, yeah. So for the first three verses, Krishna talks about the divine qualities. What are the good qualities? And then they are able to advance like that. So let's get into it. I'll read the translation. The Supreme Person of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion to all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to the godly men endowed with divine nature. These are qualities which help in achieving liberation. So let's get in one by one. It's a very long purport. 4 pages. Okay. Okay. We'll see the table also. Hmm. The table is also there. Okay. Can you read the first paragraph?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. In the beginning of 15th chapter, the banyan tree of this material world was explained. extra roots coming out of it were compared to the activities of living entities, some auspicious, some inauspicious. In the ninth chapter, also, the Devas or godly and the Asuras, the ungodly or demons, were explained. Now, according to the Vedic rites, activities in the mode of goodness are considered auspicious for progress on the path of liberation, and the such activities are known as Devi Prakriti, transcendental by nature. Those who are situated in the transcendental nature make the progress on the path of liberation. For those who are acting in the modes of passion and ignorance, on the other hand, there is no possibility of liberation. Either they will have remain in this material world as human beings, or they will descend among species of animals or even lower life forms. In 16th chapter, Lord explains both transcendental nature and its attendant qualities and the demonic nature and its qualities. He also explains advantages and disadvantages of these qualities. The word
Wait, wait, wait. Okay, so we'll go. Yeah. So basically, one has to develop mode of goodness. Okay, the more one develops more of goodness, we read this in the 14th chapter, right? Mode of goodness. Who are the three brothers that we have to focus on if you want to understand mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance?
Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana.
Yes. So if we increase mode of goodness more, right? Basically, all these qualities will be increasing. There will be steady determination, compassion, aversion to fault finding, truthfulness, study of Vedas, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self control, like this. Okay. So, how we can easily increase mode of goodness? Yes, how we can easily increase?
More chanting if you do,
Yeah, we have to
and
take to the
regular
we have to
timely.
take to the practice of bhakti yoga. Okay,
Yes.
the rules regulations in bhakti yoga, and we will increase the mode of goodness. Now, in the Ashtanga yoga, also the same thing is there: yama, niyama, pranayama, asanas, and dharana. Right? So there also they have to practice the rules regulation, and what it simply does is it brings one to the mode of goodness. Similarly, for us in today's age, bhakti yoga, we will increase the mode of goodness by following the four regulative principles, by chanting, by reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, deity worship, association of devotees, going to yatra, getting up early in the morning, and so many things. So all that what it will do, it will increase mode of goodness. Then it becomes easier to walk on the path of liberation, right? Then it's easier to take um, to Krishna consciousness easily, to spiritual life easily. Okay. Now, how this happened in the Vedic times? See, today's times are not Vedic times, right? Today's times are very crooked times, right? So, in the Vedic times, people used to follow Varnashram system. Varna ashram system. People used to understand all that and they used to follow that. By following, they will gradually um, progress in spiritual life. So, so the next few paragraphs is all about that. But let's spend time and We will read till okay. Fearlessness. Okay, we'll read till here. Okay, can you continue reading the word abhijatasya?
The word abhijatasya in reference to one born of transcendental qualities or a godly tendency is very significant. To beget a child in a godly atmosphere is known in the Vedic scriptures
As
as a
Garbhadhana Sanskar.
Garpadana Samskara. If parents want a child in a godly qualities, they should follow 10 principles recommended for a social life of human being. In Bhagavad Gita, we have studied also before that sex life for begetting good child is a Krishna himself. Sex life is not condemned, provided
The process.
provided that provided the process is used in Krishna consciousness. Those who are in Krishna consciousness at least should not beget children like cats and dogs, but should beget them so that they may become Krishna conscious after birth. That should be advantage of the children born of father and mother absorbed in the Krishna consciousness.
Okay, wait. Do you know about Garbhadhan Sanskar, what it is?
No, Prabhuji, not much.
So, Garbhadhan Sanskar is recommended in the Vedas for married couples of how to beget a child. So, how does one get a child? There is sexual intercourse, but then there is a particular soul which is attracted, that comes and sits in the body, right, and becomes the baby, and becomes ultimately the child, the son or the daughter of the married couple, right?
Yes, yes.
So how do we attract a particular soul? Because we can get a soul with bad qualities, we can get a soul with good qualities. So how to attract souls with good qualities? So for that, the process of Garbhadhan Sanskar is given, wherein before having sexual intercourse, the married couple are recommended to do certain process. Okay, there is a detailed some Garbhadhan Sanskar. There were certain steps, but the main steps of these Garbhadhan Sanskar is to chant the holy name of Krishna. Now, when we chant the holy name of Krishna, our consciousness becomes Krishnaized. Okay,
Okay,
and then we attract the soul. Then the married couple attract the soul, who is also spiritually very advanced, and that's how good spiritual children are born, not like cats and dogs. Got it?
okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So Prabhupada recommended 50 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting before having sexual intercourse for Krishna conscious.
50 rounds, Prabhuji.
Yes, 50 rounds.
Oh,
Hmm. So yeah, so this is Garbhadan Sanskar. So if when 50 rounds makes us absorb in Krishna consciousness. Like sometime you can try, like some holiday or something, just go to temple or in a good place, chant 50 rounds. 50 rounds will take almost like 6 hours.
okay,
Hmm? Continuously chant 50 rounds, and then have the experience that whether your mind is absorbed in Krishna or not. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. It's a very practical way of understanding whether this thing works or not. Okay. So, okay, let me read this paragraph. Let me read this paragraph. The social institution known as Varnashram Dharma. So in the Varnashram Dharma, right, people used to practice very nicely, little by little spiritual life, and there was mode of goodness and all that. Today's life is not like Varnashram Dharma, right? Today's life is very, very materialistic. So Varnashram Dharma, it takes care of peaceful living, prosperously living, and at the same time spiritual living. All these things are taken care. Right now in today's world, peaceful living is not there only. There is so much of headache, right? Every day there is so much of headache. If you go back, let's say 200 years back, people were very simple, and they didn't have the amount of stress on their mind, the amount that we have today, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So that's the thing, we have complicated the thing and we are telling we are advanced, but actually we are not advanced. If we were advanced, then we should live peaceful life, which is not the case. So, yes, let's learn about this Varnashram Dharma, and some of the qualities are like that. The social institution known as Varnashram Dharma, the institution dividing society into four divisions of social life and four divisions of occupational divisions or castes, is not meant to divide society according to birth. So this Varnashram institution is not according to birth. A Brahmana's son, is he Brahmana or not? Can you tell me?
If we have a guna, based on guna, it is divided, Prabhuji.
Okay, okay. Now answer me another question. We have an engineer, IT engineer, and that IT engineer has a son. So is the son of the IT engineer the engineer?
No, no, no.
Why?
He should study engineering, no? Then
Yeah, he
only will
should get
become.
trained in engineering, and then he can be called engineer, right? Similarly, in Varnashram system, the same thing was there. It was not according to birth. A Brahmana's son was not automatically Brahmana. He had to be trained in the Brahmanical culture, in the Brahmanical studies, and then he can be called Brahmana. Okay, he has to then practice Brahmanical life every day. Then he can be called Brahmana. So it's not according to birth. There is very much there is 99% probability that if you're born in that particular family, they will teach you that. So Brahmana will definitely teach you to become a Brahmana. But according to birth, just because you have taken birth, it doesn't mean you become Brahmana. Okay, this we need to understand. Such divisions are in terms of education qualification. They are to keep the society in state of peace and prosperity. The qualities mentioned herein are explained as transcendental qualities meant for making a person progress in spiritual understanding so that he can get liberated from the material world. Okay, so now we have a very big list. Okay, oh my gosh, 6 pages. We may not go through all the pages, but we will definitely go to all the qualities. We have this table here, and we will discuss it from here. So first, Krishna says this quality of fearlessness should be there, abhayam. So this is meant for sannyas class. Sannyasis, they when they take sannyas, right, when they leave everything and they are not going to return to the married life. The first quality that you should have is a fearlessness. What does fearlessness means? It means that one has complete dependence on the Lord's mercy in whichever form it comes. What does that mean? Whether situation goes good or bad, he will simply depend on the Lord. That is what a sannyasi means. Getting? A sannyasi has to be alone without guarantee of support. Can we be in this situation? No, right? We always look for support. But a sannyasi is supposed to be fearless and need not look for support. He should be convinced that the Paramatma will give all protection to the surrendered soul. He should be fully convinced. There should be no doubt in it. Otherwise, don't take to sannyas ashram. It's like that. Next is Any question on this?
Those who wear orange, they are sannyasis, no, Prabhuji.
No. Those who take sannyas initiation and they have a danda in their hand, it's a different thing. Just wearing orange clothes doesn't make sannyasi. They have to go through that initiation. They have to take a danda. The danda.
Danda means stick they will have.
Ah, they are only sannyasis. There are other people who also wear saffron dress. They are just desiring that they won't marry, but they are
Okay,
not sannyasis. Sannyasi is the one who carries the danda.
okay,
Okay. Next is purification of one's existence. Sattva samsuddhi. Sannyasi. This is again meant for sannyasis. See, even if this is meant for sannyasis, it doesn't mean that married people, unmarried person should not take it. No, they have to take it according to their qualification, according to the degree of maturity they have. Okay, so sannyasis is 100% maturity they should have in this quality. Getting?
okay, okay, Prabhuji.
Hmm. Yeah, just hold on. Okay. Okay, so where we are? Cultivation of knowledge. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. So sannyasi should be doing, should have complete knowledge actually. Duty of a sannyasi must cultivate and give transcendental knowledge, especially to householders. So they should cultivate knowledge and they should give it to the householders, everyone actually. And they should have humility. Humility when they should beg from door to door to awaken Krishna consciousness for others. So what is their begging? Are they begging for food? No. They are begging to tell everyone that become spiritual, become Krishna conscious. That is their begging. Okay. They are not beggars, but they are pleaders. They plead. Now, fourth is charity. This is especially meant for grahasthas. Especially meant for grahasthas. We should give charity in mode of goodness, right time, right word, right place, and person. At most, spend 50% of the income. And charity should not be in passion and ignorance. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. What does charity in passion and ignorance means? When it is given, thinking I will get something out of it. Ignorance is giving in a grudging mood. I don't want to give, but he told me to give, therefore I'm giving. Or giving it to the wrong person. Like, there are charities for opening casinos, gambling house, slaughterhouses. That kind of charity should be avoided. Self control. Self control is for everyone. Hmm? For
Okay, what
sannyas,
is charity in passion
charity in passion.
means?
We'll actually read. It's in the 17th chapter. Charity given out of duty without expectation of return at the proper time, place, and to a worthy person is considered to be in mode of goodness. And charity performed with the expectation of some return, what I will get out of it, or with a desire for fruitive results. Fruitive results means I will get something very big, I'll become rich, or in a grudging mood. I don't want to give this, but he's telling me, therefore I'm giving. Is said to be in the charity
Generally,
of,
sometimes in birthdays or in marriages, they will give charity, no, Prabhuji, to
yeah.
get good blessings. Then it is mode of passion only, no, Prabhuji.
No, no, that charity, right? See, blessing is fine, but that charity is according to the Vedas, na? When a marriage ceremony is taking, it tells that in this ceremony you should be giving charity. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, but if someone is expecting something in return, blessing is fine. Okay, blessing is
Okay.
fine, but something in return. I gave them this particular money. Next time in their marriage, they will give me double of it. That kind of thoughtful is definitely passion.
Okay.
Okay, and then charity performed at an impure place at an improper time to an unworthy person or without proper attention and respect is said to be in the mode of ignorance. What does this mean? Like I gave you example, giving charity to open
Casino it all.
alcohol or slaughterhouse or casinos, and some beggar who will use that money and eat some chicken. you know so therefore we should avoid that kind of charities. You heard this word om tat sat? Have you ever heard this om
Yes,
tat
yes,
sat?
yes. Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, what does the om tat sat means? Whatever I'm doing it for that absolute truth. So all these
Okay.
activities, charity, austerity, sacrifice, everything should be done for om tat sat. Okay, should be done for Krishna. Basically, om tat sat means doing it for the absolute truth. Getting?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm. Okay, so let's get back. Self control. Self control is everyone should be there, especially grahasthas. Why grahasthas? Especially mentioned because they have the access to enjoyment, all kinds of enjoyment, material enjoyment, sex life, this, etc. So there should be self control. It should not be that they are doing it forever and excessive and too much. So sex life should be used only to have Krishna conscious children. Okay. So if one does this, then definitely he's control. Okay. Any question on that? Okay.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Sacrifice. Sacrifice again for grahasthas, because they have to do this kind of yagyas like Agnihotri yagya and various kind of yagya. In today's age, we have to do Sankirtan yagya. It's most inexpensive. You don't have to get anything. Just chant the holy name. Anyone can do and it will provide the highest benefit. Vedic study, Swadhyaya. This is done mainly by the brahmacharis. Everyone does study. You and me are also studying. But brahmachari is the time, is the student time. Is the time when it is time for training, studying, listening, reading, like that. So when you're doing all that, then one should be celibate. Why celibate? Otherwise, mind will become disturbed. You see, in today's world, uh, children go to colleges, right? And boys and girls, they get attracted to each other. When they get attracted to each other, what happens? They will neglect. What is the first thing that they will do? What they will neglect? Yeah. What what do these girls and boys neglect when they so-called when they get attracted to each other? Studies, right? So therefore, this celibacy is very important for brahmacharis. When we are training and all that, we should be celibate, and all the time should be used to study the Vedas. Austerity. Austerity is meant for everyone, but vanaprastha is mentioned. Why vanaprastha? Because this is retired life. In retired life, one should be doing austerity. One should not continue doing enjoyment. What happens if one continues doing enjoyment? Then he's not in vanaprastha, he's not in retired life, he's still enjoying. So human life is meant for liberation. For that, tapasya is must. One must retire from household life approximately 50 years of age. Austerities can be of body, mind, and tongue. So, what are the austerities of the body? Can you tell me? You there?
Taking bath with cold water,
No, not cold water. It's fine. Cold water, is like you may get sick also. Anything other?
waking up early,
Ah, yes, waking up early is one thing.
eating prasadam,
Eating prasadam, following ekadashis, and fasting.
following the traditions,
Fasting. Okay. What is the austerity of the mind? To be satisfied.
chanting, chanting.
Yeah, chanting is the activity to be done, but austerity of the mind is that to be satisfied. Mind is never satisfied, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
if you make the mind satisfied, then that is the austerity. Okay, tongue two functions, right? Speak and eat.
Eat.
So speaking, it should be all necessary things and Krishna consciousness and chanting and reciting Vedic shlokas. And for eating, to eat only Krishna prasad. Okay. So there are some show bottle spiritualists who say that you don't have to do austerity and all that. So Krishna is mentioning austerity here, which is very very important. Okay, we should not fall down to such show bottle spiritualist. Okay, simplicity. Now simplicity is for everyone. We should be one should a devotee should be simple and straightforward. He should be so straightforward that he should tell the truth even to his enemies. Non-violence. Non-violence is ahimsa. It is for everyone. What does ahimsa mean? We discussed this, right? What does ahimsa means? Ahimsa.
Ahimsa, no, not doing violence and not doing with words. We should not hurt others also.
Yes, but there is much more to it. So if there is a policeman and if he sees that there is crime going on, so will you tell him you don't be non-violent? I mean, you be
No, no,
no, right? Then how can he follow non-violence?
that is his duty to
Yes. So
remove
so the
crime.
thing is, the actual meaning of ahimsa is that it's a necessary violence to protect the weak from the evil.
Yes,
Okay, it is not zero violence, but it is necessary violence. And it also means non-violence implies not checking progressive life of any living entity, meaning not killing them, because every living entity has some lifetime. We should not kill it before that. Okay. Truthfulness, satyam. Truthfulness is for everyone. We know, we should speak always the truth. And in truthfulness we should not misinterpret Bhagavad Gita commentaries, should not change their meanings. And for to and to avoid being untruthful, we should always listen to from authority, from guru, sadhu, shastra. So we will not be making any mistake. Freedom from anger, akrodha, is for everyone. you know um, when cricket match, India loses, people break television sets, right? And sometimes they fight with their relatives also out of great anger. um, Sometimes there are family fights, and out of anger, brother kills another brother. There was one incident in Delhi. Two brothers, they fought over a parking space. Can you imagine? They are brothers, but they fought over parking space. And they got so angry that one brother got his gun and shot down the other brother. So anger can be such terrible. Have you seen anger, terrible anger in your experience?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What anger is a product of passion and lust. What episode did you see of anger?
Breaking phones or breaking of the things inside the
Today in if you're in Bangalore, you know this anger can be seen on roads also. People
Okay.
just stop and they shout at each other, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
they
Once I
break.
saw in Bangalore also.
Yeah,
In the roads, one lady
road
was
rage.
driving
Yeah.
the car and suddenly she scolded the bike guy,
Hmm.
showing the fingers, and the guy
Hmm.
came and put a bike in next to the car. Then
Right.
traffic jam full.
So yeah, anger. So renunciation. Third is renunciation. Renunciation is to use things in Krishna's service. Renunciation. See, we have some things in our possessions, right? We inherit something, we earn something. If we use in Krishna's service, we renounced, right? We are not using it for ourselves. We are using it for other person. So we say, renounced, right? Then tranquility. Tranquility means so many disturbances are there, emotions, being peaceful and equipoised is called tranquility. Aversion to fault finding. See, here, if you have to call a thief, that is okay. But this fault finding among devotees, unnecessary sometimes fault finding, that is also not recommended. Unnecessary, we should not do. 16. Compassion for all living entities. Compassion. Compassion means to be kind, to give living entities spiritual knowledge. Even giving them food also is a great thing. But best thing is to give spiritual knowledge. And in spirituality, again, the prasadam is there, book is there, holy name is there. Then freedom from covetousness. Covetousness means greed. One should be free from greed. Now, do we really become free from greed? Can you tell me? Like, few things are spent here, like freedom. Needed. So, can we really become free from something? Can we become free from anger and free from, greed and free from lust? What is your thought?
No, Prabhuji, it's not possible.
So then, what is the next possible thing for us?
We have to increase the mode of goodness through chanting or
Okay, what
waking
will
up
happen
early,
out of
good
that?
habits,
What will happen?
good habits.
What will
We have
happen
to
because of that?
cultivate good habits.
What will happen if we cultivate good habits? Do we get become
This thing,
free?
this
Do we?
skill minimize.
Yeah. So minimize. It should be under our control. That is the main point. If we don't get free from it, at least it should be controlled. You're getting? At least it
Yes,
should be
Prabhuji.
controlled. So gentleness. Gentleness is softness. Friendliness to all living entities. All living entities include family members also. Mother, father, brother, sister, wife, children. So we have to be friendly with everyone. Okay. Sometimes some people just be friendly with others, but in the family, they are not so friendly. Right? Have you seen such people?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So friendliness is all living entities, including our family members. Modesty. Modesty is do not perform abominable activities and be very modest. Modest means simple, steady, determination, steady determination. Achapalam. Not agitated or frustrated in one's effort, regardless of failure. So in failure, we become very agitated, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we should try to balance it out. Progress with patience and determination. We should progress with patience and determination. Okay, so that's how one becomes steady. When there is determination also, and there is patience also. Now vigor is for kshatriyas. They should have that tej in them. They should have that uh, feeling in them. They should have that risk taking in them to give protection. Hmm? And to be strong and resourceful. That is what a kshatriya is. Forgiveness means shama. So minor offenses, one should be able to forgive it. Minor offenses. Major offenses, you have to give punishment. Agree. But for minor offenses, don't give too much punishment. Like some places stealing happens. They cut the hand. That's like too much, right? So one should, kshatriya should be able to forgive also. Fortitude, dhritti, mental and emotional strength when facing difficult situations.
What is fortitude, Prabhuji?
See, when we face difficult situations, now there are some people who are very mentally and emotionally strong. Like doctors, when they see so much blood and broken hands and all that, they are very strong, right? But any
Yes,
family
yes.
member sees that, what will happen?
They will be unconscious.
Yeah, they'll just fall down, become unconscious, or they cry. So mental and emotional strength in difficult situation, especially for kshatriyas, they should have that strength. If they become weak, then we'll say he's a weak kshatriya. Cleanliness, saucham. It's of two types: internal, external. Internal is of the mind and the heart. We chant, and that chanting will cleanse it. External is taking bath. How do we deal with others? How do we talk with others? No black market or underhanded dealings. Meaning, cleanliness also means being legal, not illegal activities. Okay. Freedom from envy. Envy is something like, why he, why not me? We should be happy for other person's progress, whether progress be materially or spiritually. We should be happy for that. Okay, good for you, good for you. Like that. Freedom from passion for honor. Honor means I need respect. So that kind of demand should not be there. There should be command. Now, a long time back, we discussed this. Should we demand honor or not? What is the answer? Should we always not?
No, Prabhuji. We
Yeah,
should not demand for honor.
always in all situations.
Sometimes we have to,
Yeah, which ones? Which situations can you tell?
if for students, if we are telling in that
Yeah.
case,
See,
maybe.
when somebody is on a post, right, and then the person, then the people, if they are not respecting the post, then the person on the post can enforce it. The king, the parents, the teacher, the administrator, these are positions, and to their subjects they can enforce and they can demand that honor. Why? Because if they are not giving honor, the subjects are not giving honor, they will disrespect everyone, right? So in such post only you can then demand honor. But one should remember that the honor is not for you, but it is for the post that you have taken. You're getting? One day a person retires from being chief minister, then you know eh, when he's chief minister, he goes through in a vehicle, and the traffic signals don't matter to him. right? When he's a chief minister. But now once he retired from chief minister and now he's become a common man, can he do the same thing that he did in the that he did when he was a chief minister? No, right? He has to follow the traffic rules that time. So that honor was for the post, but not for the person. You're getting? So freedom from passion means must respect others. One should not be puffed up of unnecessary prestige and honor, but remain in one's own status. Okay. Okay. Now we finished that long thing. All these 26 qualifications mentioned are transcendental qualities. They should be cultivated according to different status of social and occupational order. The purport is that even though material conditions are miserable, if these qualities are developed by practice by classes of men, then gradually it will be possible to rise to the highest platform of transcendental realization. Okay, so this is the benefit of following all this, cultivating those qualities. Okay, now what are the qualities which will take us down, into demoniac nature is discussed here. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, ignorance. These are demoniac qualities. O son of Pritham, can you read this purport?
Yes, Prabhuji. In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. The demonic want to make a show of religion, advancement in spiritual science, although they do not follow the principles. They are always arrogant, proud in possessing something, some type of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although they do not command respect. Over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. These demonic qualities are taken on by them from beginning of their bodies in wombs of their mothers. And as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities.
Okay, let's see. Pride. Pride is okay. I have one question for you. Can you tell me name of a person which we can replace with all these qualities? You know, with just one name, and that person will have all these qualities. Just one name I want.
Ravana.
Yes, good. So Ravana had pride. He had arrogance also, conceit, anger, harshness, ignorance. We'll discuss all that. Okay, pride is what demoniac wants to show of religion and advancement in spiritual life, but do not follow the principles. So how did Ravana show this pride? It was just a show of religion, but he didn't follow the principles.
He thinks he can do anything.
Okay. Any specific example that he did,
He took Sita and after that,
that is conceit, or that
okay,
is that is something else. Okay. But pride is, he showed, he just made a show of religion. So he showed himself to be a very big bhakta of Lord Shiva, right?
okay.
But did he follow the principles of Lord Shiva?
No, no, no,
Did Lord Shiva steal anyone's wife?
no, no, no.
So he didn't follow. So that is what is called as pride. Arrogance, possessing, proud in possessing some education, wealth, and thus arrogant. Do you know of any instance of Ravana's arrogance?
Yes, yes.
So he thought he is the greatest. So he stole. from his cousin Kuvera, the Pushpak Viman. He said, because I am the greatest, I should use it. You should not use it. Right?
And Wali war with Wali also.
In
He is very
Wali,
arrogant.
war with Wali, right? He lost actually.
He lost his.
Anyway, that's not the point, but arrogance. He showed a lot of arrogance. Okay. Conceit. Conceit is desire to be worshipped by others. Demand respect, but do not command respect. How did Ravana do that? He made the demigods worship him, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. He made even Hanuman forcing him, but Hanuman was not ready to listen. Anger. Over trifles, they become angry. Do you know this anger thing about Ravana?
Anger, he started a war, no, Prabhuji,
Yeah,
with anger.
yeah. You know, I'll tell both the incidents. Harshness is speak harshly. So Ravana, he once went to Sita in Ashokavat, and he said, if you don't listen to me, you know, and then Sita was not listening, right? Sita was not agreeing. So what did he say? He
Yeah,
said,
he will
I
kill
will. No,
Rama
no,
and
no, 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 no. He said, I will kill you and eat you in breakfast. Such was his
okay.
anger and harshness. Yeah. He told, I will kill Rama also, but before that, he told, I will cut you in pieces, Sita, and I will eat you. Okay. Ignorance. Not knowing what to do, what not to be done. Do all whimsically according to one's desire. Do not recognize any authority. Can you tell
But
me? Yeah.
Ravana is mode of passion, no, Prabhuji.
Yes. So, about ignorance you're talking?
Ignorance, yes.
See,
Ignorance, Kumbhakarna is in the
yeah,
ignorance.
definitely Kumbhakarna is in ignorance, but person, see, these three modes, right? They are in varying quantities in everyone. So,
Okay.
predominantly, Ravana was in passion, but sometimes he used to be in, sometimes some ignorance was also there in him, and sometimes some
Yes.
goodness was also there in him. When he understood Lord Shiva is very strong, he became good, and he worshipped Lord Shiva, right? But
Yes.
most of the time he was in passion only, and then some ignorance also happened. So can you give me examples? Not knowing what to do, what not to do, doing
He
all.
stolen Sita no, with the ignorance only.
Yes, yes. Okay, do all whimsically according to one's desire. Can you tell me?
Uh, Stolen Sita and even
See,
they requested for
yeah.
not to war, but
Ah, and then
he taken own
yeah, he
decision
acted
to
he
wage a
acted
war.
without advice, and then he got so many people got killed, right?
Yes,
His
yes.
own brothers, his own children, his brother's children, everyone, so many of them. He do not recognize any authority. He didn't recognize Lord Ram's authority. He didn't recognize Vedic authority. He didn't recognize anyone's authority. He thought, I am great. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. So in today's world we see all these qualities in people. Mm. Pride, arrogance, conceit, harshness. So we should try to reduce it, avoid it, and best is to control it, because in situations these things happen, right?
Yes,
So we should control it. The more
yes,
we are
Prabhu.
in mode of goodness, right, we'll be able to control it.
Okay.
See, did Hanuman get angry
Yeah,
when?
when he burned no Lanka with his tail.
Ah, yeah, that time he was very angry. But immediately after burning the whole Lanka, what did he think?
What is he think means? Don't remember Bhagavad.
Yeah, he thought, oh, maybe this fire went into Ashoka Vat also and may have troubled Sita also. So
Yeah,
to
yeah, he
become
thought.
sensitive is also very important. Okay, harshly. Did Sita spoke harshly to Ram? Did Lakshman
No,
speak harshly to Ram?
no,
Yes, they spoke. If you read Ramayana, when Ram tells to Sita, "You don't come with me," she spoke very harshly with Sita. When Lakshman also said, "Don't come with me," he also spoke very harshly to Lord Ram. But did they continue being harsh to Lord Ram? No, right?
no.
See, same thing happened with the Pandavas also. Draupadi was insulted and Bhima was angry. And Draupadi and Bhima used to speak sometimes very harshly with Yudhishthir. Because of you, right?
Yes, yes.
But they still respected Yudhishthir Maharaj. It is not that they gave up respect for Yudhishthir Maharaj. So sometimes devotees may get into this anger, harshness, sometimes ignorance also, arrogance and pride. But they will be able to rectify it. That is the greatness of a devotee. That the devotee will be able to rectify it. Okay. Okay. We have 3 more minutes. Let's read fifth and sixth, and then we can stop. The transcendent qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities made of for bondage. So good qualities they will take us to liberation. Demonic qualities will make us more bonded, entangled. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with divine qualities. So Arjuna may worry, whether I have good qualities or bad qualities. So then Krishna is telling him, no, you have good qualities. Okay, why? In what does? How do we know Arjuna had good qualities? Can you tell an
He,
example from Bhagavad Gita itself, from the very first chapter of Bhagavad Gita?
he unnecessarily don't want others' wealth. He want to.
Yes, he didn't want this ghastly war. He was compassionate to everyone. He was respectful to Bhishma and Drona, right? So he had good qualities basically. And how do we know Duryodhan had bad qualities from Bhagavad Gita, first chapter?
He want to steal others' wealth.
That's fine, but
He's not ready to give.
from the first chapter, where do we come to know that Duryodhan's whether he had a good quality or bad quality?
He's not ready to give even the tip of the needle.
Now that is from the story. I'm saying from Bhagavad Gita. Which sloka says that
Bhagavad Gita, no, don't know about it.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see. There's a verse that I'm looking for.
Yeah, there is one slow meaning. We have
Ah,
all these warriors like Bhishma, Karna.
ha ha.
That is the one verse,
No, no, this
suppose.
is the one. Ninth one. Can you read this verse?
There are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kind of weapons, and all are experienced in military science.
Okay, this is what Duryodhana is saying. From this, from this saying, we can figure out whether he has good qualities or bad qualities. Can you tell me how?
He is very much confident of all the Bhishma, like all this.
Yeah, that is fine. That is fine. But from this statement, how do we know that he's a bad guy and Arjuna is the good guy?
They lay down their lives,
So what is he saying? He's saying my sake,
my sake. Yes,
meaning he's so selfish,
yes,
right?
yes,
He's
yes.
ready for all these heroes to die for his good. And how is
Yes.
Arjuna thinking?
Arjuna is in a confusion, like he do want to fight or not in the.
I do not see how any good can come from the killing of my own kinsmen. This is how he is thinking. Why should we destroy the family? Uh, Driven by desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our kinsmen. Why we should do that? It is strange. This is how Arjuna is thinking, and how is Duryodhana thinking? Let everyone die for my sake. Right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We can stop here. Any questions or comments?
No problem.